Public inquiry into the future of the Crooked House pub, otherwise known as Britain's wonkiest inn, has been delayed until next year.
The pub in Dudley was destroyed last year in a suspected arson attack. Its owners are currently appealing an enforcement notice requiring them to rebuild it within 3 years. Our reporter Joanne Rittall can explain.
Intricate drone footage of the Crooked House pub in Himley has emerged, which some believe could be used to ensure Britain's wonkiest pub is rebuilt as close to the original as possible. The Crooked House was destroyed by fire in a suspected arson attack last August, then demolished 2 days later, bringing huge campaigns to restore it. Now, a man who took detailed drone images of the pub in 2016 and usually works with house builders to provide 3D models has released this footage.
The push for me to capture such a building was to capture a heritage-type building and capture it in its glory. I thought it'd be great to have that in the future because you never know what's going to happen. And then, ironically, it was then burnt down in 2023. And I then stepped up and thought I need to do something with this model. And I then thought an architect could have that model and then reprocess that model for a builder to actually rebuild that building back to its former glory.
You can zoom in to the joints between bricks and you can measure that down to the millimetre. So we know what the angle of that crookedness is with that house now, and we can measure that angle to a huge degree of accuracy.
A public inquiry to decide whether the owners should rebuild the pub has been postponed until spring next year. South Staffordshire Council served an enforcement order on the owners, ATE Farms Limited, as well as its director George Adam Taylor and former director Carly Taylor, who stepped down in December, ordering them to rebuild the pub within 3 years. ATE Farms launched an appeal against the order in March. The council said the planning inspectorate had accepted a request by the owners to postpone the inquiry.
I do hope that, myself and my family can come back and revisit the pub wherever it's built. Hopefully it's back here, and to actually see the building back in its former glory, because it was a great iconic pub for the local area.
Joanne Rittall, BBC News.